So it is very simple. A ball is thrown up along an inclined plane. It goes up with velocity which is decreasing continuously. Then the ball comes to a stop momentarily. Thereafter, it starts coming down with an increasing velocity. Its coordinate x as a function of time t come out to be x of t equals to 18 plus 12t minus 2t square, where x is measured along the inclined path and the positive x direction is up the slope. Determine the expression for the velocity component along x, right? Determine velocity at t equals to 2 seconds, right? It is a very simple to understand, but for our complex, to avoid complexity, we will do one thing. So what is that? Even suppose on a flat ground, I thrown it. What will happen? It will move up, and somewhere it's going to slow it momentarily zero, and after that it is start to fall down. At that fall down condition, from the maximum, it is going to get increase its velocity, right? Increase its velocity. Whenever it is going up, decreasing means negative. It is going to decreasing its velocity, right? It is going to decrease its velocity along x-axis, just along y-axis. The same thing is filtered. Along some inclined plane. Same concept we can apply it. So it is inclined and it is going on like this. However, nothing is changed except the plane to be imagined as horizontal or here with some inclination and inclined plane, right? It is inclined plane. Plane is like this. Where initially the plane has imagined to be horizontal. Nothing, no, not a problem it is. But what is our purpose here? Our purpose here is to understand what is the use of differentiation. Okay, calculus, differential calculus uses here. Now let us do that. Simple. What is that function given? Displacement change with respect to time. Xt is equals to 18 plus 12t minus 2t square is given. 2t square is given. So then what we can apply with it? So v equals to d by dt of f of x, right? F of x. That function of x is nothing but what? 18 plus 12t minus 2t square. Then I can write like this. So what is that? The d by dt of 18 plus 12t minus 2t square. Again, whatever the formulas we are using from the very beginning in this differentiation, we are going to use. What is that? D by dt of constant into f of x. That means c into d by dt of f of x, or if it is in terms of x here, or in terms of time, function is going to be in terms of time also. Then what is another one? What is another formula we are using repeatedly? D by dx into x to the power of n. That means n into x to the power of n minus 1. That formula again we are going to use here. Use it. If you find rate of change of displacement rate, you are getting velocity. Along the x direction, because this equation is representing change of displacement along x-axis. That's why whatever the velocity is going to give is also along the x with respect to time. So velocity in terms of this time along the x-axis we are finding, right? We know that when velocity is changing with some theta, it is going to have the two components, right? One is a horizontal, one is a vertical. this horizontal velocity which is along x-axis that we are talking about now, right? So then what you are going to get, d by dt of constant is going to be 0, d by dt of 12t, the 12 you will take out the common, d by dt of t you write, minus 2 you take out common, 2 into d by dt of t square you will write, right, 2 into that. So now what you are going to get it, 0 plus 12 minus 4t you are going to get, 12 minus 40 you are getting. This is the velocity along the x direction, velocity along the x direction. But he is asking in the question, velocity along the x direction at t equals to 2 seconds, right? He is asking. Then what you write? Velocity along the x direction at t equals to, at t equals to 2 seconds. What it means? Wherever you are having this equation, wherever you are having this equation at t equals to, at t equals to 2 seconds, what is going to be the velocity we have to find? We have to get this. Then 12 minus 4 into time is given 2 seconds. Time is given 2 seconds. Then what is that? 12 minus 4 into 2. 12 minus 8. That means what it is going to have 4 meters per second. It is going to have 4 meters per second. Okay. So if it is following, if it is following that equation after 2 seconds along the x-axis on inclined plane, on inclined plane along the x-axis, whatever it is going to have is, it is velocity 4 meters per second. I hope that you understand it.